Assalamualaikum students, welcome to another walkthrough from UA code 127.0.0.1. Students, in my today lecture I am going to work on very interesting walkthrough from TryHackMe, that is ICE. Basically it's related to exploiting Windows and privilege escalation. You will learn about how you can exploit a poorly secured media server. So let's start. My target machine is running and attacking machine is also open. First of all, you should initiate the TryHackMe VPN and deploy the target machine. Okay, here you can see launch a scan against our target machine. First of all, I have to simple launch a Nmap scan against my target machine. Once the scan completes, we see a number of interesting ports are open. Guys, basically, first of all, I have to answer the question about is actually which port is used for MSRDP. So due to the shortage of the time, students, I am already perform scan map, and here you can see the result of scan map. When I perform scan, here you can see a lot of ports of target machine is open. Okay, the question is that which port you actually use for MSRDP. Students, if you Google, then definitely you will find the answer of this question. Here you can see the port that is actually used for RDP is 3389. So the answer of this question is 3389. The next question is that what service does Nmap identify as running on port 8000? So if students, I want to know about actually which service is running on port 8000. So if I use this command, here you can see nmap -port 8000 and then SV switch in order to find the service variant, then target IP. Here you can see after this scan, the result is this one. The service that is running on port 8000 is IceCast streaming media server. IceCast. So the answer of this question is IceCast. The next question is that what does Nmap identify as the host name? Students, in order to find the host name of target machine, I have to use the -a switch of Nmap. I am already use -a switch. Here you can see Nmap -a and then target IP address. You can see a lot of detailed information present in front of me. You can see port number, then state of the port service, and then variant number of the running service is also shown to me. Okay, if I scroll down, students, here you can see service info, and the host name of this target machine is Dark PC. Here you can see this is actually the host name. So the answer of this question is Dark PC. Let's move to the task 3. Students, now it's time to actually gain access against our target machine. Basically, if I talked about IceCast, guys, basically it's a high level vulnerability with a score of 7.5. You can check all the detail about this vulnerability from this link. Guys, from this link you can actually find about the vulnerability type of this service. So the question is that what type of vulnerability is it? Students, basically it is a execute code overflow vulnerability. All of these details you can find from here. Okay, the next question is that what is the CV number for this vulnerability? This will be in format of this one. Guys, in order to find the CV number of vulnerability, I should use Google Hacking Database. Here you can see the CV number for this vulnerability is 2004-1561. So the answer of this question is this one. Okay, now that we have found our vulnerability, let's find our exploit. Guys, basically now it's time to find the exploit for this vulnerability. So for exploit, I have to use Metasploit. First of all, I'm going to start Metasploit by using msf console command. Here I type msf console and hit enter. Okay. After Metasploit has started, let's search for our target exploit using command search icecast. What is the full path starting with exploit for the exploitation module? This module is also referenced in RP Metasploit, which is recommended to be complete to this room. Okay, MS Metasploit is opened here. So if I type here search icecast and hit enter, students, here you can see exploit is present here for this kind of vulnerability. So the full path of this exploit is from here to here. I can copy from this and paste to the answer place. The question was that basically what is the full path for this exploit. So the full path for this exploit is this one. Okay, let's go ahead and select this module for use. Type either the command use icecast or use 0. So guys, I typed here use 0 and hit enter. Okay, following selecting our machine, we now have to check what options we have to set. Run the command show options. What is the only required setting which currently is blank? Okay, if I type here show options and hit enter, students, the option that is blank present here is rhost. You can see here the option that is required for this exploit. The rhost option is present blank here. So the answer of this question is rhost. First, let's check that the lhost option is set for this IP. And students, now I am going to set rhost, and then the target IP address that I should put is 10.10.198.95, 10.10.198.95, and then I should also set the local IP address lhost. If I move to my terminal and if I check my local IP, you can check IP by IP AD command and hit enter. Here you can see the local IP of this machine present. I can copy it from here, move to this and paste here. So the both options rhost and lhost is now set. Okay, now if I type here run in order to run this exploit, guys, you can see here that we have a MeterPreter shell in the system. You can see that I'm successfully gained the MeterPreter shell. Okay, let's move to the task 4. Now actually it's time to escalate privilege. Enumerate the machine and find potential privilege escalation path to gain admin powers. Okay, right now I am present in normal user mode. If I want to gain admin power, then what should I do? Okay, we have gained a foothold into our victim machine. What's the name of our shell we have find? Okay, students, the shell I have find is MeterPreter. So the answer of this question is MeterPreter. What user was running that icecast process? The command used in this question and the next few are taken directly from this room. Basically, I have to answer about what user was running that icecast process. So guys, if I type here ps command in order to find actually which user is running this process. So the user that is running this process is, here you can see icecast process is running and the user that is running this process is dark. So the answer of this question is dark. Dark is the user that is running this process. What build of Windows in system? Okay, let's move to my MeterPreter. And if I type here get ID, get UID and hit enter. Okay, basically I find the username. If I type here system info and hit enter, students, here you can see a detailed information about this system is present. The computer name, the operating system, the architecture is present, the domain name is present, and the meter type is also present here. So the question is that what build of Windows in the system? Here you can see the build that is present in this system is 7601. So the answer of this question is 7601. Let's move to next question. Now that we have known some of finer details of system we are working with, let's start escalating our privilege. First, what is the architecture of process we are running? Guys, here you can see the architecture that is running on this target machine is x64. So the answer of this question is x64. Okay, and now that we know about the architecture of the process, let's perform further recon. Okay, let's now run the following command. Run post multi-recon local exploit suggester. I'm going to copy this command from here and move to my meterpreter shell and paste this command here. Okay. After running this command, running the local exploit suggester will return quite a few results for potential escalation exploits. What is the full path starting with exploit for the first return exploit? Guys, when I run this command, actually it's display a lot of list of exploits. Here you can see it's try to collect the exploit that is possible for this architecture. You can see one exploit is present here. This one, second one is present here. This is exploit. This is also exploit, and then the rest of other exploits are present here. So guys, when I run this command, it display a list of exploits. The question was that what is the full path starting with exploit for the first return exploit? Okay, students, if I look at the exploit list, here you can see the first exploit that is present, this one. I can copy it from here and I should paste it to the answer place with its full path. Okay, now that we have an exploit in mind for elevating our privilege, let's background our current session using the command background or control Z. Guys, you can move this session in background by using background command or type control Z and hit enter. Here you can see in background a session is created by name 1. Okay, take note for what session number we have. This will likely be 1. In this case, we can list all our active session using the command sessions. Guys, if I type here sessions and hit enter, here you can see currently I have only one session that is present here. So you can check the session list by using sessions command. Okay, go ahead and select our previously found local exploit for use using the command full path for exploit. Local exploit require a session to be selected. Okay, now students, I'm going to use this exploit that is actually I find. Okay. I type here use and then type the exploit name. You can see here the exploit name is present here. If I type options and hit enter, okay, the option that I should is session. So guys, I type here set session 1 and hit enter. Okay, I should also set the local host. If I move to my terminal, localhost is 10.10.170.213. Okay, it's okay. Now I try to run this exploit against the target machine. Here you can see UAC is set to default bypass UAC. Meterpreter session 2 is open now here. Okay. the question was that set this now using the command set session number. Now that we have set our session number, further option we will revealed in option menu. We will have to set one more as our listener IP is not correct. What is the name for this option? Students, here you can see that when I use this exploit, one option that I need to be set is session. The other option that I need to be set is localhost. So the answer of this question is localhost. Set this option now. You might have to check your IP on TryHackMe networking using the command IP ADDR. Guys, you can check your local IP by using this command. Okay. After we have set this last option, we can now run our privilege escalation exploit. Run this now command using run. Okay. We can now verify that we have expanded permission using the command. Guys, now we have expanded permission using this command. If I copy this command, move to my meter printer, and if I type this get privs command and hit enter. Okay, here you can see a command is present, that is set take ownership privilege. What permission listed allows us to take ownership of the files. In order to take the ownership of the file, you can basically use this command, set take ownership privilege. Let's move to the task 5, that is looting. Okay, learn how to gather additional credentials and crack the saved hashes on machine. It's time to actually use Mimikatz. Okay, we can see process running by NT authority, but first let's list the process using the command ps. Guys, if I type here ps and hit enter, here you can see NT authority system. As we have escalated permission. Now you can guys see that NT authority system option is present here as a escalated privilege. Okay. In order to interact with LSASSS, we need to be living in process that is same architecture as the LSASS service. Okay, students, now actually here you can see mentioned within this question is that term living in a process. Often when we take over a running program, we ultimately loaded another shared library into the program, a DLL, which includes our malicious code. Okay, now actually it's time to put our malicious code into my target machine. Students, here you can see when I use ps command and then now I grab the process ID of spool sv.exe. Okay, if I scroll up and here you can see spool sv.exe is present here. Now basically I'm going to migrate. We want to migrate to this process since even though we have a lot of privilege in this system, our current process does not, therefore we need to migrate to another. Okay, let's migrate to this process. I typed here migrate and then the process ID of this malicious. Okay, the process ID of this is 1372 and hit enter. Okay guys, you can see I'm migrating from this process to 1372. Now we are in spools sv.exe process. And we will be NT authority system and have full administrator permission using Mimikatz. We can retrieve all details. Okay, if I type here get UID and hit enter. Now guys, you can see the username is anti-authority system. Previously when I typed get UID command, you see the username was present dark PC. Right now it is anti-authority system. Okay, if I typed here load Kiwi and hit enter, it will actually load the Mimikatz. Mimikatz basically used to find a password, used to gain password. Students, Mimikatz is successfully now load. Okay. Here you can see. Let's check what user we are now with the command get UID. Guys, you can see when I use this command, the user that I see is anti-authority user is present here. Okay, next when I use load Kiwi, then Mimikatz is the load success. How about if we want to record from a microphone attached to this system? Okay, guys, in order to know about if we want to record from a microphone attached to the system, record mic command is you can use this command. To complicate forensic effect, we can modify timestamps files on the system. What command allows us to do this? Don't ever do that on a pen test unless you are explicitly allowed to do so. This is not beneficial to a defending team as they try to break down the events of pen test after the fact. Okay, students, the command that allows basically allows to modify timestamps of files is timestamp, TOMP. Timestamp is a command that is actually can be modified timestamps of the files on the system. Okay, Mimikatz allows us to create what's called the golden tickets, allowing us to authenticate anywhere with ease. What command allows us to do? Golden tickets attack are a functions with Mimikatz which abuses a component of Kerberos. Kerberos is a basically authentication system in Windows domain system. In short, golden ticket attacks allows us to maintain persistence and authenticate as any other user on a domain. Basically, golden tickets attacks allows us to maintain persistence and authenticate as any other user. Okay. If I try to use this command and hit enter, you can use this command for the persistency. Okay, one last thing to note, as we have the password for user dark, guys, you can see the user is dark and the password for this user that I found is password 01. Now we can now authenticate to the machine and access it via RDP desktop as this is the workstation. Okay, if this has not already been enabled, we can enable it by the following Metasploit module. Guys, if RDP connection is not enabled in target machine, you can enable it by using this command. Post Windows manage enable RDP. You can use, guys, this command in Metasploit module. You should use this in Metasploit module. Okay, extra credit. Explore manual exploitation while exploit code found on a exploit DB. Guys, you can explore manual exploitation from Google hacking database. Here you can see you can download the exploit from here and then use it manually. Okay, students, this is my today lecture in which you will learn about how you can actually exploit a poorly secured media server, and you learn about Mimikatz. You learn about how you can actually migrate from one process to another. You learn about enumeration and many other commands in this lecture is covered. Also, you will do practice about this room. I will come to you in my I will come to you tomorrow with my new lecture. So till tomorrow, Allah Hafiz and take care.